Hi, Nancy Smith here. I'm the divorce lawyer who wants to start a conversation about how we can divorce with dignity and decency. How to set yourself up for a life after divorce that allows you to emerge healthy and strong instead of bitter and resentful. Last time, I suggested that you find a good therapist and consult with a divorce lawyer that is trained in collaborative practice. I suggested that because you need to understand all of your legal options and not feel compelled to rush to the courthouse. Of course, if you need to go to court to protect yourself from imminent, serious physical or financial harm, then by all means, go find yourself a lawyer and go to court. For the rest of you, I'm suggesting that you have time to consider how you intend to approach your divorce. Most divorces take at least 6 months to reach a conclusion, and that is for folks who are really motivated. For the vast majority of people, it takes between 6 months and a year. How long your divorce takes is largely dependent upon you and your spouse and how ready you are to separate. Imagine if you had the legal, financial, and emotional support you need to navigate through the next few months as you start to recover from the shock that you are actually getting divorced. Where to start? Take a deep breath. Many marriages fall apart because of a basic lack of trust and accountability. This is often a product of ineffective communication. If you haven't had the difficult conversation yet with your spouse about the mechanics for how you are going to separate and divorce, it is time to do that now. So there's no reason to fear speaking your truth at this point in the process, since it now appears that a divorce is inevitable. I find it helpful to start a difficult conversation by simply saying that. If the elephant is already in the room, then it's time to assure each other that you want a peaceful, amicable divorce, despite your feelings and how you may be doing at the moment. These feelings will pass, but you need each other to have a decent divorce. There are a few things that you can do to prepare yourself for this divorce and to use divorce as an opportunity for positive transformational change. First, keep seeing your therapist. You need to understand your role in the breakup, take responsibility for your contributions, and have a safe, objective go-to person to talk with about how you are really doing, since your spouse is not available for that role anymore. And your friends will quickly bore if you keep repeating yourself and speaking of nothing but your divorce. Second, find a collaborative divorce lawyer whom you trust to help you choose the most effective divorce process for you and your family: mediation, collaborative divorce, or a traditional adversarial process. Start to gather a picture of your financial reality. Lawyers usually want at least the last 2 years of tax returns, all schedules, W-2s, K-1s, and your 4 most recent pay stubs. If you don't have access to your family finances, ask your spouse, nicely, for access and the passwords so that you can start to educate yourself about what is available. Don't worry about how it will get divided yet. That happens down the road after you are both psychologically ready to be divorced. Think about a common narrative to explain why you are separating. If you have to start to tell your friends and family or the kids, make this the first joint decision you and your spouse make as part of your divorce process. It will set the tone for the rest of your process. A common narrative for children, family, and friends would be something like this. We decided that we will be better friends and co-parents if we separate. We've decided to use a collaborative divorce process to minimize the shame and the blame. We want our family and friends to feel free, to love us both, and not take sides. Write down any pressing concerns that you may have so that you can talk about it with your spouse directly or with your collaborative attorney. Money, housing, communication, what to tell the kids, when to tell them, maintaining the health insurance and life insurance, and the basic financial status quo. Start to write down your goals for your future, short-term, medium, and long-term. This can be a creative process to get you out of the doldrums if your divorce has got you down and feeling a bit depressed. What do you want your life to look like on the other side of this divorce? If you feel too heartbroken to think of life without your spouse, I'm here to encourage you to start letting go of the way things were and lift your eyes up over the horizon towards your best future self. Gandhi told us, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. Ask yourself, are you going into this divorce process mindfully and intentionally because you want relief from this overwhelming sense of dread, fear, and anxiety? Do you want your children to be protected from the legacy of a bad divorce? Do you want some assurance that you will work through the transition with the support of specially trained professionals who are committed to the same core values that you have? Values like integrity, honesty, and mutual respect. Collaborative divorce is a paradigm shift for divorce lawyers because as part of our interdisciplinary team, we do not go to court, and we don't threaten to go to court. Why not? Because we want to empower you to make decisions that are going to work for you and your family. We understand that until you are psychologically ready to be divorced, it is hard to think straight, let alone make a deal that's going to impact the most important things in your life, your children, and your future financial security. In our next clip, we're going to talk about how you may be feeling at this moment. And I'll offer you assurances that no matter how awful it feels right now, it will get better, especially when you surround yourself with professionals who can help you process your intense emotions so that you can emerge stronger and more confident than you're feeling right now. Talking with either a collaborative lawyer or a mental health professional who's been trained in collaborative practice will ease your mind. Try it and let me know how it goes. See you in the next video in which we'll talk about your emotional well-being.